So to truly become global, companies need to think local. They need to understand the local consumer, and they need to market, sell, engage, and service those customers in the way that they need to. And that means what they buy, how they want to pay for it, how they want it delivered, and ultimately what engages them in the first place. It all starts with what they want to buy. What sells in the US may not be necessarily what sells in Europe. And in fact, what sells in Germany may not be the same thing that sells in France. For example, if you're an apparel manufacturer, the bright-colored, fashion-forward items in your line may sell better in Germany than it does in France. So altering your product mix and featuring those products on your website and in your marketing efforts is ultimately going to pay big dividends. Another key difference is how locals prefer to pay. It's something we typically take for granted in the United States, where 80% of the population pays by credit card or even PayPal to a lesser extent. But that's not true abroad. For example, in India, 2% of adults actually own a credit card. In Germany, close to 2/3 of the population actually prefer to pay with alternate payment methods. In China, increasingly customers are using a payment method where your money is held in escrow until you've actually said you're satisfied with the product. And in Russia, 75% prefer to pay cash on delivery. So if you're not a smart marketer and you're not listening, you're probably going to be disappointed in your conversion rates. Another key factor is delivery methods. It's something that we take for granted in the US. You buy a product, you ship it, probably by UPS, FedEx, or the United States Postal Service. If you're not home, they're probably going to leave the package on your front step. That's not the case abroad. Oftentimes, if your product doesn't fit into a common mail slot, it may not get delivered. So alternate methods have arisen in different countries. For example, in France, with Kiala, you can have your product shipped to a local business establishment. In the UK, there are secure boxes located in train stations where you can have your product shipped. Delivery is one of the biggest reasons for cart abandonment internationally. Consumers have such little faith in local methods that if you don't factor this in, you may find yourself disappointed in your conversion rates. Another key factor in globalization is to provide relevant content to the local market. For example, do your blonde-haired, blue-eyed American models really resonate to somebody down in South America? Do your events that you hold in Ohio really matter to somebody in Tokyo? Do the mentions that you get in US publications matter to somebody in Europe? It's funny in that to really become a good global marketer, you have to be a good local marketer.